So I'm recording videos back to back for different workflows. And on this specific workflow, I don't know what happened with my camera or my Loom or my PC, but it decided to just elongate my face. So if I look a bit stretched, just ignore it. What this automation does is that it basically will look for pages that have titles on them or ideas in my Notion. An example would be one of these over here. So when I add an idea, say, when I add an idea in my Notion, basically what happens is that it sees that and it's like, okay, snap, he just put a new idea in there. I should probably write a script on that idea so that he doesn't have to do it. I'll show you what that looks like right now. So it will probably be put into this column over here, which is complete script. An example of what that would look like is, let's go test page for AI automation workflow. That's what a script would look like inside of Notion, basically. So yeah, I'm going to move this up here. So I'm going to give you guys a test run of this and then show you how this works in the end. Just make sure it's in the right database. All right, sick. Let's get it. So as you can see, it's got on the Notion database page. It's looking and it's using its heavily search tool, search for recommended stuff. Let me just see which page it got. It got the, yeah, there we go. How to make a banger YouTube video. It's looking through a viral database of scripted content in the Notion database. And then it's going to update a database page once the script has been completed. We just wait for that. And just like that, the script has been completed. Hopping into Notion, how to film a banger YouTube video. And then here's the script. So let's hop into N8N and let us build this. So the very first thing you're going to need is obviously a Notion trigger. And then it's going to be on page added to database. You want to create your Notion account, and I have a video down below on how you're going to do that. But basically what you do is that you connect your Notion account and then you're going to go to your database. I'm going to be using short form for AI content. And then I'm going to fetch a test event. And then it just got the page that we just tested with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop into Notion, create a new page, and then I'm going to add that as our test event. So do that now. Hop into Notion, to idea. Going to call this how to sound better on camera as a non-charismatic person. That's the page that I've added to the database. Now I'm going to go fetch that test event. As you can see, it found it. I'm going to pin that, and then I'm going to need a get database page node. Notion over there, and then I'm going to go for get database page, and then I'm going to select by ID, and then I'm going to get toggle expression mode, and then I'm going to get the ID over here, drop it into here, and then I'm going to execute that step. As we can see, it's gotten the database page. I'm going to open my AI agent node, get my AI agents, and then I'm going to select define below, add my system message, which is basically my system prompt. And then what I'm going to do with the system prompt is that I'm going to go back to my Notion dashboard and get all of my handy prompts. I'm going to copy that and then paste that into system message. And then I'm going to be, say, here is the idea. Then I'm going to have these brackets. And then I'm going to change this to an expression. And then I'm going to get the name of the Notion page as the idea. And then I'm going to say here is additional instructions or context. And then I'm going to add my notes node. It should be, there we go, my notes option in Notion. And that's going to be important for when we are building the manager. We're going to manage these different workflows so that we can operate the system with the simple voice notes. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to connect a chat model. I'm going to use the Claude Anthropic model. I'm going to add option. Okay, I'll leave that as blank. I'll go for Sonnet 4. Perfect. And then I'm going to select the tool, going to go for Notion. So it's going to have access to a database of viral real scripts. Then I'll just let this on the database from list. So basically I have a database ready with content that I've written myself personally from the past year or two. So I'll just use short form AI for this example. Let's rename this to viral sick. I'll rename that. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a Tavily search node. So I'm going to have to make an HTTP request for that. And for that HTTP request, we're going to change the method to post. And then we're going to type in https://twice api.tavily.com/search. Then from there, we want to click send headers and then specify headers using the fields below. We're going to need one for authorization. So we'll call this authorization. And then I'm going to need one for accepting it. Accept, call this accept application JSON. So my accept is going to have a capital A, and this is the application JSON. And for the authorization, we want to go to tavily.com. So all you have to do in Google Chrome is literally just search Tavily, and then Tavily is going to show up. Click on Tavily, and then obviously have credentials. You're going to like create your credentials on Tavily, go through the whole sign up process. I'm not going to run you through that because it's pretty bare and simple. I'm going to connect now. So I'm in Tavily now, and in the overview option, I have my API key over here. I'm going to copy that to clipboard, and then I'm going to paste it in here. But before I paste the API key over here, I'm just going to type in capital B, bearer, hit space, control V, Tavily. I'm also going to toggle send body JSON using fields below. It's going to be query. Then I'm going to let the AI define the value because it's going to be doing the searching. And then I'm going to add another parameter. We'll call this include underscore answers. And then the value inside of that is going to be set to true. Set the description. I forgot to do this, to use this to search content ideas for additional context. And then, yeah, now I'm going to go all the way to the bottom, and then I'm going to execute step. Parameters value, let's call it YouTube growth strategy. Then I'm going to execute the step. And as we can see, it's gotten a lot of data from Tavily on searching. So then now I'm going to add a Notion node, and then it's going to be a update a database page. And then I'm going to have to execute the previous nodes so that I can get the database page URL along with the outputs, which is the scripts. So I'm going to let that run for a while and see how that's going right now. Okay, so the AI agent just did that. Okay, cool. I'm going to add properties so long, and then I'm going to select, delete this, add property, error fetching options from Notion. Oh, updates. Okay, database page. So let's get a database page. Here's the by ID. Drag the ID in there. That turn into an expression. Okay, cool. Then now I'm going to add a property. And then I'm going to select completed script. And then I'm going to take the completed script from the AI agent outputs, and then I'm going to drag it in over there. And then that's perfect. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to execute this workflow one last time. There we go. Should be done. There we go. And just like that, you have now created an automated script writing system for Instagram Reels or YouTube if you want. So if you want my prompts and the prompts that I use for this, check the link down below. Don't be slow.